Anyway, it is said that Rasulullah had a deal with the Quraysh that he mentioned their idols with goodness. That it's okay. No, it's not true. And some people put it in the tafsir, by the way. Be careful, brothers, about the tafsir. Tafsir is not Quran. The tafsir is not protected. The Quran is. When you read Quran, it's totally different than tafsir. Even the Sunnah, there are hadith lied upon Rasulullah ﷺ. People put in the mouth of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. That's why he said, "Man kadaba alayya muta'ammidan falyatabawwa maq'adahu min an-nar." He who lied upon me intentionally, let him book his seat in hellfire. So, tafsir is different. Whenever you deal with the tafsir, it's a human. So it can be, you can find mistake. And you can really find many mistakes in tafsir. Like in Tafsir al-Khazin, you hear a tafsir of the story of Surah, the story of tafsir of the story of Nuh alayhi salam, when he took the ark and put the animals in it. That when there were so many animals in the ark, they started dropping their filth, and the filth was too much. So this is in Tafsir al-Khazin. It's a tafsir of a great imam, but people who were writing, printing those, were all kind of people. Al-Zanadiqa, al-Yahud, al-Warraqin, all kind of people. So you have to be careful. You know, you might print the Mus'haf, but non-Muslim prints it. So you have to verify the printing. It is this story. When there were so many filth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Nuh in the ark, He revealed to him to blink an eye to the tail of the elephant. And the tail of the elephant dropped what? Khinzir. Khinzir. What is khinzir? Pork. So pork, pig looks like an elephant, except that one of them has no nose. And another khinzira was also created from the elephant, female. And they got married, and they had some babies. After that, Nuh alayhi salam touched the khinzir, and from the khinzir came a mouse. The mouse went and started eating the filth to vacuum, clean. But when the mouse went beyond what Allah wants from it, that is cleaning the ship, it started eating from the ship itself. You know, fawasik, they use their teeth, and they can cut anything, the ropes. This is in tafsir. You find this in tafsir. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Nuh to quickly correct this mistake, because there are plenty of now mice. Tom and Jerry are playing. So we need Tom. Jerry is making problems. We need Tom. So what is it? Go to the asad, go to the lion and hit him between his eyes, and he will sneeze a cat. It sounds Hollywood, right? Okay, fine. So the cat will come out and will eat the mouse. You find such things in tafsir. Be careful. That's why so many brothers come and say, Ya akhi, I read it in tafsir. Ya Sheikh, Wallahi, it's not even hadith, it's tafsir. It's a hadith. Hadith of the Tom and Jerry. Anyway, so such things can happen. Why? Because in the history of writing the sciences, many things have. That's why knowledge, you cannot take it from books, you have to take it from the mouth of ulama. Books are, follow the aqwal al-ulama. You have to have ulama in life. They speak, and then you can go read what they tell you to read. Otherwise you'll be reading stories like this, and all your life will be based on a story like this. The proof that Rasulullah ﷺ can never say something like praising the idols is this ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَوْ تَقَوَّلَ عَلَيْنَا بَعْضَ الْأَقَاوِيلِ لَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُ بِالْيَمِينِ. ثم لقطعنا منه الوتين فما منكم من أحد عنه حاجز. If he says anything against what we are revealing to him, we're going to hold him with the right, meaning with power, and we're going to cut his vein, and no one of you can help him. This is another area that proves that the Quran is from Allah, because no man would talk about himself like this. Subhanallah. So my brothers, if you hear anything that contradicts the Quran or the Sunnah, throw it. Sunnah Sahiha, throw it. Just leave it. Even if it comes from a great scholar. Imam Malik, he's telling his students, rahimahullah, while he's doing dars next to the grave of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Most of us, alhamdulillah, have visited Masjid Nabawi, and we know where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is buried. Next to him is his best two companions, Abu Bakr and Umar, may Allah be pleased with them. He said, even me, if I contradict the Quran and Sunnah, you have to leave my speech. And today you see some people, oh, our Imam said, our madhab. What is your madhab? You don't even know the real name of your Imam that you're supposed to follow. What is the real Imam and name of Imam Abu Hanifa? That's not his real name, it's a nickname. They might not know. We have to know who are these A'imma, respect them and love them. They are, mashallah, but we cannot worship them. We cannot even worship Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And be careful, my brothers, because we are all the product of her. So after Abyssinia, the second Hijrah, there were 83 men and 12 women in Habasha. And Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam organized them, and their Amir was Ja'far ibn Abi Talib. The Amir this time is Ja'far, the son of Abu Talib. Now Abu Talib is touched, his own children. Yet he did not, subhanAllah, go against Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So we're going to see next week, inshallah, what would happen in Al-Habasha and how the Muslims do da'wah. Another thing, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam didn't send them any land, by the way. That shows how careful he was. Beside the wahy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used his intellect, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He used to know the political situation around him. He knew where the forces were. He knew the Persians are no hope. He knew the Romans are no hope, they are as corrupt as the others. And he knew that the Muqawqis, the king of Egypt, is also not that good. So what does he send them? South. To a person who was Christian, yet it is said by many ulama of Islam that Al-Najashi was a Christian, but he never believed that Jesus was son of God or God himself. He was Nabi Rasul, Bashar. He was a human being and Nabi and Rasul. That's why it was so easy for the Sahaba to convince him. Another thing about Al-Najashi, we'll talk about next week about, he was a man of profound intelligence. So don't seek asylum in crazy nations. You understand what I'm talking about? Look for a place nice, where at least they have the leaders who are sane, not insane. I stopped. Oh, it's already time. Allahu Akbar. I was hoping to give 10 minutes at least of questions and answers, but if there is one question before we start, or two, please, go ahead. Wallahu ta'ala a'la wa a'lam. Yes, brother.
يعني حضرتك ذكرت بعض المنظمات الإسلامية اللي لا ينبغي الواحد أن يتبرع ليها.
ما راح أذكرها بالاسم.
بس يعني ممكن توضح.
هنا في السيتي يعني. طيب. شوف يا أخي. The brother is asking me about some of these organizations. Any organization that is not transparent, that doesn't put the in and the outside, that doesn't respect the ulama, does not respect the ai', that has no program like this, doesn't open the masjid for everybody, doesn't invite the ulama and ai', and give hard time to ai', cut it. They are no more working for the sake of Allah. That's what I do. اللهم فقهنا في الدين علمنا التأويل اللهم بارك في إمام هذا المسجد في جميع أئمتنا وإخواننا الدعاة المخلصين يا رب العالمين اللهم فقهنا في سيرة النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك ونتوب إليك والله أعلم